With Battlefield 1, DICE are finally returning to their strengths, crafting a historically authentic sandbox multiplayer shooter experience that emphasizes dynamic and emergent gameplay over linear narrative-based campaigns. But a lot of people, burned by the triple whammy of Battlefield 3, 4, and Hardline, which may have been great games on their own merits but were marked departures from the classic style of Battlefield, have been skeptical, assuming that Battlefield 1 will just be a World War I skin modern-era Battlefield. However, in an interview with OsGamers, DICE's Daniel Berlin, who serves as the game's lead world designer, has specifically emphasized how the development team will try to make maps and modes that make sense in context of the era being depicted. We're crafting some modes that look at the era, and we make the mode fit that era, so that's something we're also doing, he said. This is good to know. On the whole, modern Battlefield games simply wouldn't fit with the kind of game that would be necessary to make the World War I setting work believably, and it's good to see that DICE is also cognizant of that fact. At this point, disliking the debut trailer of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, the new Call of Duty game planned for release later this year, and the first game in the franchise developed by Infinity Ward since 2013's Ghost, has almost become a meme. It's the sort of thing everybody's doing just because they're caught on the wave, and it's what everyone else is doing as well. How else do you explain the 2.6 million dislikes that the trailer has garnered on YouTube so far? This makes Infinite Warfare's trailer one of the most disliked trailers of all time, and while one can speculate to the reason all they want, the fact remains that this is a particularly poor showing, and one that becomes even worse when viewed next to the performance of the debut trailer for Infinite Warfare's immediate competitor, DICE and EA's Battlefield 1. Yes, while Infinite Warfare is languishing in the dislikes pool, DICE's Battlefield 1 is en route to becoming one of the most liked trailers ever, with over 1.75 million likes. At some point, it'll have as many likes as Infinite Warfare will have dislikes, and that's just crazy. Both games will launch on PS4, Xbox One, and PC later this year, and hopefully, in spite of the bandwagoning going on both sides of the spectrum, both will do well too. Out of the blue, a Redditor has released concept art for Titanfall 2, the leftmost side of which will apparently be the box art, and some new details regarding the gameplay. The person in question, who has since deleted the original post, noted that Titanfall 2 would be out in October, and the leak with Mountain Dew was real. New pilot abilities will be added to the mix, including a new grappling hook which allows one to enter their Titan more easily, free run better, or simply pull enemies in the air. It also seems that the multiplayer maps will be bigger, leading to the assumption that the number of players in each match will also be increasing. There will also apparently be a pre-order bonus for the Violator, a handgun, though whether that will be for single player or multiplayer or both remains to be seen. In fact, you should take all of this information with a grain of salt, even with the compelling art leak which mirrors the original tease. Hello Games' No Man's Sky has allegedly suffered a delay. Two sources spoke to Kotaku and revealed that it could either come out in July or August. At this point, it seems the new release date hasn't been finalized yet if the delay is actually true. The first source is described as reliable, while the second source comes from GameStop, which received marketing materials for the game with the original June 21st release date, but was then informed that said date was incorrect and to cover up the same with the Coming Soon label. No Man's Sky was first revealed at VGX 2013, and has seen quite the long development cycle over the years. It was poised to release on PC and PS4 next month, which wouldn't have been the worst time given a relative lack of big-name releases compared to other months. Regardless, July and August will be fairly open as well, so those aren't terrible alternatives. As always, take these reports with a grain of salt.
We hope you've enjoyed this video, so please consider subscribing to our channel. We do original content, reviews, graphics comparison, and much more, and try to upload a video every day. Thank you very much for checking us out.